What if the country that everyone overlooks in Asia is actually the one quietly shaping the future of the entire region? Malaysia. For many people, it's just another Southeast Asian country, tucked between Thailand and Singapore, often overshadowed by its larger neighbors like Indonesia or even by the global powerhouses of China and India. But here's the truth most people don't realize: Malaysia is far more than a tropical getaway or a nation of stunning beaches and delicious street food. It's a country of hidden strength, unique diversity, and quiet influence that the world has been underestimating for decades. From its strategic position at the very heart of Asia's busiest trade routes to its booming industries in technology, finance, and energy, Malaysia has been quietly building a reputation as one of the most adaptable and forward-looking nations in the region. Its story is not one of loud declarations, but of steady growth, resilience, and the ability to reinvent itself again and again in the face of challenges. Today, as global powers compete for dominance in Asia, Malaysia finds itself in a position of surprising importance. It is no longer just a country known for palm oil, tourism, or multicultural festivals. It is a rising middle power that could very well shape the balance of power in Southeast Asia. In this video, we're going to explore why Malaysia is the country that everyone underestimates, and why ignoring its role in Asia could be one of the biggest mistakes the world makes in the 21st century. Strategic location at the heart of Asia. One of Malaysia's greatest advantages is something it was born with: geography. Located along the Strait of Malacca, one of the busiest and most critical maritime trade routes in the entire world, Malaysia sits right at the crossroads of East and West. Nearly all global shipping that connects Europe, the Middle East, and Africa to Asia passes through this narrow stretch of water. And Malaysia controls a key part of it. This location makes Malaysia not just important, but absolutely vital. Any disruption in the Strait of Malacca could impact global trade, oil shipments, and supply chains in ways that would shake the world economy. Unlike larger nations that rely heavily on military strength or political influence to gain global attention, Malaysia's location itself makes it impossible to ignore. Yet many people underestimate just how much leverage this gives Malaysia. By being friendly with both the West and the East, Malaysia is able to maintain relationships with the United States, China, Japan, and the Middle East, all while ensuring its own national security and economic stability. This balancing act, rooted in geography, makes Malaysia a subtle but essential player in the Asian story. A true cultural and religious bridge. Malaysia is one of the most diverse countries in Asia. It is home to Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous communities, all living side by side. This cultural mix has given Malaysia a unique advantage: the ability to act as a bridge between different civilizations. In a world where identity, religion, and ethnicity often cause division, Malaysia shows that diversity can be a strength. The country celebrates both Islamic traditions and Chinese New Year, Diwali, and Christmas. This makes it a place where East meets West, and where global visitors feel welcome. For global powers trying to navigate Asia, Malaysia is more than just a trading hub. It is a country that understands multiple worlds at once. When Western leaders want to understand Southeast Asia, they look to Malaysia. When China wants to expand its influence in the region, it negotiates with Malaysia. When the Islamic world wants to strengthen ties with Asia, Malaysia is often the first point of contact. This cultural and religious harmony is something the world often overlooks, but it positions Malaysia as a natural mediator and a voice of balance in an increasingly divided world. Rising economic power. While many people focus on countries like Singapore or Vietnam when they think of Southeast Asia's economy, Malaysia has been steadily rising as a serious competitor. It is rich in natural resources like palm oil, petroleum, and rubber, but it has also moved beyond raw exports to invest in high-tech industries, digital infrastructure, and advanced manufacturing. Malaysia's capital, Kuala Lumpur, has become a financial hub, attracting international investors who see it as a gateway to the wider Asian market. The country has invested heavily in its digital economy, and it is positioning itself as a leader in areas like artificial intelligence, green technology, and renewable energy. What makes Malaysia stand out is not just growth, but resilience. Despite facing challenges such as political instability or global financial crises, Malaysia has continued to adapt and evolve. It doesn't always make headlines, but it quietly builds strength year after year. For too long, people have underestimated Malaysia's economy, but in reality, it's a rising powerhouse with global ambitions. Diplomatic balancing power. Malaysia has mastered the art of balance in diplomacy. Unlike some countries that tie themselves too closely to one major power, Malaysia maintains strong relationships across the board. It has friendly ties with the United States, growing trade relations with China, and cultural bonds with the Middle East. This balancing act gives Malaysia a kind of soft power that is rare in Asia. When tensions rise between the United States and China, Malaysia is one of the few countries that can talk to both sides. When global organizations look for a neutral voice in Southeast Asia, Malaysia is often called upon. Its membership in ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, also strengthens its influence, allowing Malaysia to shape regional policies on trade, security, and environmental cooperation. While larger powers like Indonesia or the Philippines may dominate headlines, Malaysia's quiet but consistent diplomacy makes it a stabilizing force in the region. A nation of hidden potential. Perhaps the most underestimated thing about Malaysia is its potential. With a young population, rich resources, and a strategic vision for the future, Malaysia is not just surviving, it is preparing to thrive in the decades ahead. Education, innovation, and technology are becoming central to Malaysia's national agenda. The country has ambitious plans to become a high-income nation, and it is steadily improving its infrastructure, digital connectivity, and global competitiveness. But what truly sets Malaysia apart is its resilience. Time and again, Malaysia has faced challenges, from colonial history to financial crises to political changes, and each time it has found a way to bounce back stronger. That resilience is why Malaysia cannot be ignored anymore. The world often underestimates Malaysia because it doesn't shout about its success. But those who know the country understand that its quiet rise may one day surprise everyone. So, is Malaysia really just another Southeast Asian nation? Or is it the country that everyone underestimates, quietly rising, quietly influencing, and quietly shaping the future of Asia? The answer is clear: Malaysia is not a country to overlook. Its geography makes it essential to global trade, its diversity makes it a bridge between worlds, its economy is far stronger than people realize, its diplomacy is respected across the globe, and its potential is limitless. In a world where attention is often drawn to the loudest powers, Malaysia reminds us that true strength does not always need noise. Sometimes, the most underestimated nations are the ones shaping the world from the shadows. And that is why Malaysia deserves your attention. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content about the country shaping our future. Because sometimes, the most underestimated stories are the ones that matter the most.